When I said when in doubt, just go for it. We're just hang on. I'm going to come out and y'all just let loose. No idea. Thank you. All right. So thank you again for braving the storm. Apparently we have a hurricane in Texas. Who knew? We saw a video just a minute ago of 377 and 35. Is that right, Daniel?
Yeah, right under the train.
And it's literally turned into like the Arkansas River. Yeah. Was that y'all who sent it?
Yeah.
You posted it? Or you sent it? Oh, goodness. All right. Well, we want to thank you again. This has turned into a real intimate setting, which is cool because a large audience is great, but it kind of takes away that personable feel. And I like this smaller setting because I feel like we can kind of get to know each other. And so I'd like to get to know something about you. No, I'm just kidding. So let's kind of get into tonight's performance. Thank you and welcome to tonight's presentation of Flight by the NCTC Instrumental Program. My name is Chris McGinney, and I am the Director of Instrumental Studies here at NCTC. You just heard the jazz band conducted by Kevin Swain. Our program tonight is, of course, centered around flight. From a metaphor to a literal meaning, the word flight encompasses the idea of looking up, looking forward, and moving on. Our first piece, Ascentium, gives the band a chance to soar in its opening pyramid chords, its ripping melodies, and a cohesion between the band that just makes for a very enjoyable piece of music. Leonardo da Vinci said, "Once you have tasted flight, you will forever walk the earth with your eyes turned skyward. For there you have been, and there you will always long to return." again. I know who you are. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We all dream. And when we dream, it's good to put our mind in the clouds and let our imagination and our heart's desires take over. Dreams give us the ability to see ourselves living the way our hearts envision. The beautiful melodies from the next piece, entitled Dreams, represent just that. Walt Disney said, "All dreams come true if we have the courage to pursue them." Thank you. All right, we have a very, very special presentation for you. At the beginning of your program, you see special music to be announced from stage. This is it. This is Jacob Johnson. I think I've knighted him, so he's Sir Jacob Johnson because he plays this funky looking thing that looks like somebody broke his guitar. The reason it looks so funky is because we haven't quite figured it out by this era. And give us a timeline of Lute.
So this instrument is based off of instruments built in 1599, but the lute spans from about 1100 until 1800.
So yeah. And he came to me last year. This is really great. I got an email. He's like, Mr. McGinney, my name is Jacob. I play the lute. I was like, okay. It's like, okay, this is going to be weird. Let's go listen to him audition. And so we met up at UNT in the practice buildings, and he brought his lute. And I looked at him. One thought, I thought, okay, he's just an enthusiast, a hobbyist. Then he started playing, and I was like, oh, this guy's for real. So he played, and I was just kind of sitting back in the corner, like, man, I feel like a fool. Like, you know, I didn't take this seriously at all. So he played. He makes beautiful music. I have never heard a live lute performer, and I have my doctorate in music. Who am I? So he came and said he wanted to do an independent study at NCTC on lute with our guitar instructor, Hector Torres, and I said yes. And so he's going to be playing a few pieces for y'all tonight, and announcing them from stage. Please enjoy The Lute by Jacob Johnson. honestly the first time, and probably the only time we'll ever hear Lute at NCTC. Unless he decides to do it again. I mean, we'll see. We're bringing it back. So thank you, Jacob. That is incredible. And if you think about it, if you put yourself in the time period, that was a singer-songwriter's choice of instrument. It's really funny. You'd go into, like, you know, you'd see on street corners and pubs, you'd see all these musicians that would be playing that instrument, just like a guitar and a singer-songwriter, except clearly, by the standards of music, that is way more difficult and complex than today's, you know, four-chord, you know, Taylor Swift songs. Justin Bieber. Got some believers in here? Are you a believer? Oh, that's fine. It's fine. At least you're honest about it. All right. Thank you so much, Jacob. That was a real treat. Now he's coming back to the current era and playing trumpet. I can't believe I just called out a believer. I'm so sorry. Putting that in my resume. From the metaphor of flight, we move on to the literal definition. To elevate and soar through the air. This next piece, entitled Test Drive, is a high point from the movie How to Train Your Dragon. Hiccup hops on Toothless, his fierce night fury of a dragon. If you have kids, you know this story frontwards and backwards, I'm sorry. His night fury of a dragon, and by pure faith, leaps from the mountain into the air. As the dragon loses control, they of course twist and turn through narrow cliffs, almost running into the rocky cliffs before coming out on the other end, soaring perfectly through the air. As the movie states, always be yourself. Unless you can be a dragon. Then always be a dragon. Thank you. At this time, I would like to thank our administration for their leadership and their support of this college and program. Thank you to our chair, Tom Talbot, for his continuous work and efforts. Thank you to Zena Barber for taking care of the details and the box office. It's big work. Thank you to Missy Embry, who hates being recognized, but I'm going to point her out. She's right up there. Everybody stare at her. She hates it. Hi, Missy. For the stage, the sound, and the lighting. And thank you to Shane Studdard for always lending his talents and efforts. Absolutely. I would like to take this time to recognize those in the band who are taking off on their own journeys after this semester. Those who are graduating or moving on, please stand up. I want to thank you all for contributing to this band. Very valuable. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course, these students are capable of achieving their dreams, in large part due to the generosity of scholarships. How many of you are on scholarship here at NCTC? Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. So because of you, we have had a highly successful program. And I wish to express my gratitude for all of you who have given so much to help these students reach their goals. Of course, we will have students in the lobby after this concert holding golden hats. If you wish to donate to our program and invest in your community's future, thank you once again for being here tonight. And I hope that you're able to donate. Just find a person with a golden hat walking around. They might look a little lost. Maybe you can help them and just pull them. They'll be lost. All right. The legendary phoenix is a large, grand bird, much like an eagle or a peacock. It is brilliantly colored in reds, purples, yellows, as is associated with the rising sun and fire. Sometimes a nimbus will surround it, illuminating in the sky. Its eyes are blue and shine like sapphires. It builds its own funeral pyre, or nest, and ignites it with a single clap of its wings. After death, it rises gloriously from the ashes and flies away. Thank you for coming out tonight, and please enjoy our last piece, Rise of the Phoenix.